Okay, my screen is visible, right?
Yep, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Hi everyone, very good morning all. So welcome to Goa Mulesoft virtual meetup. So for today's topic would be ITSM integration with Mulesoft. So basically, it will be a ServiceNow integration with MuleSoft. So for your reference, the session will be recorded for the future purpose. So you can find the recording after the session. So I will be uploading that. So in my YouTube channel. So and throughout the session, you can engage and put your questions in a chat box and also unmute yourself and ask the question. So in between. So before we move ahead, so let me tell the agenda of today's meetup. So it will be a ServiceNow or ITSM overview and introduction of ServiceNow connector. Demo will be there and Q&A and wrap up and networking. And before we move ahead, so let me introduce myself. I'm organizer for the Goa Mulesoft Meetup. So myself is Vandana Gowda. I have totally 2.7 years of experience in IT and 2 years of experience in MuleSoft. Currently, I'm working in Gensar as a MuleSoft developer, and also I'm a MuleSoft mentor and a Goa Meetup leader. So if you are interested to part of a Goa meetup leader or a mentor for Millsoft community, so you can reach out me via LinkedIn. So as for today's session, uh, Gopal is our speaker. Please go ahead, Gopal, and introduce yourself. And
Sure.
go ahead. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, Vandana. Hello, all. Good morning. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We can go ahead from here. Yeah. My name is Gopal Bhumireddy. I'm working as a architect, lead developer in DXC technology. I'm having 11 plus years of integration experience. That is my overall. So 6 years into MuleSoft. So before MuleSoft, I was into Oracle OSB, and then BIPL, that we call it as a SOA, and then MFT. All this all my 11 years into integration only. I'm a certified developer and certified integration architect.
Well, you can share your screen. So,
Yeah. Uh, okay. I think once you stop, then only I think I'll
yeah.
get option to share. Yeah. And okay, I think I'll do entire screen. Uh, can you visible, right?
Yes, yes, screen is visible.
Yeah. So I think so. This is a safe harbor statement. You guys can go through it, housekeeping, and then we discuss our speaker, and then service now. Yeah. So I think who are having 1 plus year for experience, most of aware of it, what is service now, and then at least people are aware of it, ITSM, information technology service management. Whenever anyone want to create a ticket, whenever they want to raise any incident, so there are different names, but ultimately is only one solution. But it multiple vendors are provided. So today we are talking about Service now is cloud IT service management solution. Okay. And so this service now enables organizations to streamline the process, improve the service delivery, and enhance the collaboration across the department. So so we are not going to talk complete what service now is offering today. Only we are going to talk about the incident management, that too very limited scenarios, okay, to cover up in this short period of time. The service now is offering this incident management, change management, asset management, service catalog, all this, etc. Okay. So as a prerequisite, so we should have a ServiceNow developer account, which is a free version. That means you can create a trial account, and then ServiceNow instance where we can access the details and which will be used in the development of this APIs. Obviously, we need ServiceNow connector. All right. So as we discussed just before slide, we need service now developer service account. So we can go to this developer.servicenow.com, okay, and just provide your details, okay. Once you done with signing up for this service now developer account, so you will get this email like this, okay. And when you click on start building, it will create an instance for you, okay. So once the instance creation is completed, you will get an email notification saying that this is your instance url and then username password. So let's say you already have an instance, okay, where you want to get a fresh instance, or you want to close out the old one or get the fresh instance, okay. So we can go to in the developer account, so you can go to your right top corner, click on your name, and then you could see release instance option will be there, okay. So once the release instance option is there, so we can select appropriate reason to release the instance. Let's say you have already have, you want to get a fresh instance. So once you select the reason and okay, yeah, and then just say release instance. After that, you will get an option to request instance, okay. So this scenario, releasing instance, getting a requesting an instance, is when you have an existing account, you want to get a fresh one. If you are doing it a first time, so by default, once your sign up is completed, there is an option to click create my instance, so that will take care of everything, okay. We don't need to go through here. This is if you have existing instance, you want to utilize it, okay. So once you're done this configuration, selecting what is your location, where you want this hosted, all once you select all these details, you will get on the page only what is username, password, details to connect in the down the line. And this url will help you log into the service now ui, where you can see the incidents once created. So whenever you want to use, right, so either you can go ahead and just get from exchange by searching the exchange service now. You will get this, the current version we could see here is 616.0, or else you can just add a dependency in the pom.xml, it will get the connected to you, okay. And the service now in the palette, you could see there are three major operations. We could see invoke, on new, updated record, unauthorized. So mostly we will use here in this today's demo is invoke, okay. Invoke have internally, it has a lot of operations, okay. So today what I am going to tell you, so creation of incident, and then with attachment, and then I will tell you how to create a relationship between the child, the parent and child ticket, okay. So basically the flow look like this, okay. While doing demo, I will go through each every activity, okay. So what we mentioned, configure service now connector to create an incident service now, and then in the connector configuration, we have to select incident as a service, operation as insert, and then pass the required payload to create an incident. And then once you get the response, you can convert into JSON, and then the same can be viewable in the postman once you request, okay. And this is how service now configuration look like, okay. So what is the username, what is the password you have to pass, and the service address, okay. Is very basic information we need to pass: username, password, and the service address. And then you can select the service and then operation, okay. Once you deploy the API, okay, how it look like in the postman, you see I'm sending some data in the postman, I'm getting some data here, okay, as a response. We will see in the demo, okay. And this is how look like when you search your incident, okay, in the service now. Before going to demo, so do you have anyone have any questions? Okay, so I'll consider no questions, okay. um as I said, today we are talking about ITSM integration, right? So first I will tell you on a general note, how we are able to create an incident. Okay, and then we'll go to a real time scenario where it is used. Okay, so what I did is now for now we have as a prerequisite we have a ServiceNow account and instance is ready. Okay, I'll show you the
Gopal, you are on mute.
oh sorry, thank you. I was talking about, yeah. So this flow, what it is doing, it will just accept couple of fields as a request. Okay, it is going to create an incident. Okay, so I'll show. So most of them, I think developer and they hope they will understand. Okay, this is HTTP listener where we are configuring the host and then the resource path. Okay, and then this is a logger, just I'm saying a start of the flow. I'm capturing this original payload. Okay, I want to use down the line, so I'll tell you why I did it for some reason. Okay, down the line I'll tell you why these properties are not showing up. Okay, so this will be the requests will be going to the service now when we want to create a ticket. Okay, so okay. Yeah, so the main two important two fields is description and the short description. Okay, what is parent incident I'll tell later. Okay, and then there are a couple of option urgency, what is the severity of the ticket. This for trial account we will be getting very few fields to use it, but if we have enterprise account where we can customize the field names and then the number of fields, what data you have to send to service now, so that is up to the business requirement. For demo, so we're just using very couple of few fields only. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm doing a flow reference to the incident creation flow. Okay, we will go there later. Once this incident flow is done, incident creation, we are capturing the response here. Okay, so from the response, I'm capturing sys ID from there, and then the ticket number. Okay, now we'll go to the where we are doing the creation of the incident. Okay, this is the connector. Okay, service now connector. So this is the configuration we were talking that time, right, during the PPT. uh, so we just pass username, the password, and the service address, and the service now version. So by default it's Washington. While creation you can select any of the version, either Tokyo, Washington, whatever our wish. Okay, let's go here, common flow service now. So as I was telling that we are once we are done with the service connector configuration. So here we have something called web service configuration. So internally it will call the web service as your connector you're using, right? So we don't need to bother what data it is going, how it is going. So we just select the service, it is offering n number of inbuilt operations, something like incident, interaction, IP access, all the stuff it is doing. For our demo, we are using incident for the creation. So that creation we are calling it as a operation as a insert. Okay, there are other things get, delete, record, get records, update. Okay, for now we are using insert option. Okay, and then we are sending body as a payload, whatever we want to send it. the payload which was prepared here. Okay, this is the prepare request incident request, right? Okay, so this payload will be go to this through flow reference to here to the connector. Okay, so this attachment is not working. Okay, I'll show this is a kind of a issue with this connector, so we have alternative approach. I will tell you what is that. Okay, so once this connector called, okay, you will get a response. If it is successful, if we'll get a response something like payload body and then insert response. In the insert response there will be couple of fields where we need only few deals, few elements. So apart from many others, I captured only system ID and then ITSM number. Okay, like INC 0000 some, that number we will get it, right? So saying that this is the ticket we created. Okay, this is the response we are capturing into this variable. And here yeah, here I was telling that so this, so attachment, right? So you let's say I want to send attachment to the service now while creating a ticket. Okay, so this option is not working. So for that, we have alternative approach. We can call this attachment flow. Okay, so we'll go there, attachment flow. So it is a simple HTTP request call to the service now again, just that different resource path. Okay, attachment file. So here I'm passing so initially I told that I will tell why we using this original period. Okay, let's say as part of business requirement. Okay, while creating a ticket I want to send a original payload also for the any system reference, either source system or target system or business team, whoever want it, right? So whoever want to check this payload, is it payload causing issue or different issue. Okay, that's why I just stored that payload into variable original payload. Okay, in the query parameters we have to pass this query parameter name called as table underscore sys underscore id. So while calling this service now connector, right? I mean, it's not calling. Once you're done, you will get a response, right? Thus that response we stored into the ITSM response variable, and from there we are getting a sys id and then file name. So we have to send the file name when ITSM want to create a attachment with some file name, right? So that file name we are passing dynamically. So either we can hard code or we can dynamically we can say. So for now I'm using something like correlation ID here. Okay, and the table name called incident. Okay, this is the flow. So this flow, what it is doing, it is accepting a request. Okay, it is calling ITSM connector. Okay, and incident is creating and along with that, so we were sending a payload as a attachment to the service now. Okay, so we'll execute now. So any doubts on this implementation?
We have one doubt in Prashant's question. Okay.
One second, let me see that. Can we create a customized field service now incident, use them in Mule application? Yes. Yes, Prashant. So here, right? So this is the look UI looks like. Okay. So if we look at enterprise version, there are multiple labels we can create, and that can be used as a request to the service now. So here we need to update the our transformation. Okay. Uh, did I answer your question?
And he
How to
asked for
configure
another
pick
question.
list value in data we could select the option incident. How to configure pick list values in data? What pick list value? Okay. Okay. Now we are done with this implementation code. So we will come to the another implementation is there, but we'll come later. Okay. Let me try to send a request now. Okay. I will show you that here. Once again, listener. So we are calling a create incident flow. Okay, from postman localhost 8081 create flow. Okay, I am passing okay, unable to target API 5, let's say. Okay, so I'm passing correlation ID, description as test description, short description as unable to connect target API 5. Okay, incident you can ignore this. Okay, I'll tell you why we are sending this. I'll tell you later when it comes. Okay, and urgency I'm sending as a 1. Okay, let's send it. Okay, we got a response though. So I was showing, right? So we are capturing sys id. Okay, this one, and that ITSM is a ticket number we created, and there is something called when you do attachment HTTP request, we will get a lot of response values. Okay, as a response in that I just pick the download link. Okay, if anyone's any support team, they want to download the attachment, so they can go, they can click on this link and they just enter the username password. Okay, let's go here, go back. So in trial account, right, so when you say all, okay, so once you are logged into this ServiceNow portal, click on the all. Okay, and then say incident. Okay, when you say incident, so it is searching like in a caller as a system administrator. So if you do a search, no tickets will be there. So I used in my enterprise account and I didn't had an issue. So when I was doing trial account for this demo purpose, so took time for me to realize that okay, it is searching in only system administrator kind of account. Okay, instead of that, say just all. Okay, now search your number. Okay, so this is the description we sent, right? Short description: unable to connect target API 5. Can you see that? Yes. Okay, and if you click on that, yes, so we sent urgency as a 1, so that internally meaning that it is a high. Okay, where is the postman? Yeah, this is the high one. Okay, here, and then you could see the file name here. So this is the file name. I mean, it's we have passed a correlation ID to as a request. Okay, 3C21, right? 3C21. So with the same name, it is created the file. Okay, let me go here. 15.6. Yeah, this is the file, today's one. Not bad. Okay, this is the payload. Okay, so people may get a doubt you're sending a request payload or capturing it. I mean, this error description we're sending, right? But this is not the actual business scenario. Okay, so as I said, we just trying to create a incident as a just general flow. Okay, once after this I'll tell you what on which scenarios we can use this ticketing creation. Okay. Okay, so okay, let's say we can change the urgency to 2 and say API 6. Okay, description. Sorry. Okay, it is 39. Go back. Yeah, so now we send an urgency as a medium. Okay, so you can explore this color and state, and there are if it is an actual enterprise account, so you will have an option to configure the multiple fields, whatever your requirement. Okay, that ServiceNow team can help us. Actually, we are from Mulesoft, right? So I mean, integration teams, we no need to worry about it. So either we can tell them that okay, we need these fields, or as a standard, as a business requirement, client will tell okay, ServiceNow should expect these details from integration team. So that so that iPass can send these details to ServiceNow, and ServiceNow can create an incident. Okay, uh, okay, now we'll go to kind of real time scenario. Okay, so in which scenarios this can be useful, right? Generally when, okay, let me go here, search incidents, all incident, uh, opened. So if you see the short description, okay, it is all like, it's a trial account, right? So dummy, like, what to say, incidents also there. If you look at the short description here, something like, they created a ticket for can't read email as a issue, network file share access issue, wireless access is down in my area, forgot email password. So like, so whenever you want to, like, whenever you have an issue, right, you will raise a ticket, like, in real time, like, uh, either in Flipkart, Amazon, you did a order and then you didn't get an order in time, so you will go and you'll raise a ticket, right? So in Mule applications, in a real time scenario, so like, in, like, what we can do is, let's say, like, you're executing a flow. Okay, so like, you are creating an order. Okay, you're getting some inputs from user, and you want to, like, process the data, and you are like, either you can call target API as a API, REST API, or database, whatever it is, right? Let's say, like, so system A, system B is there. You are getting a data from system A and you're trying to send to system B. Okay, let's say system B is down for some time, right? And then you are not able to deliver the message to the system B, so and so reason, right? Is the network issue, or like intermittent issue, or like, you are calling like, wrong API, whatever the reason, right? Okay, so in this scenario, like, let's say, like, source won't accept error message, or like, source cannot send a alerts to the so like, all stakeholders, saying like, this API, like, not able to send a details to the system B, right? So these are the scenarios you people will be working every day, and then we want to do alerting, right? Okay, so what, so in this scenario, like, I created one more flow called ITSM alert flow. Okay, this is the actual scenario. Let's say you are this listener, something called alert listener. Okay, I think I named it as alert. Yeah, this is a alert resource. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm getting a request. Okay, I'm storing a payload, I want to send as an attachment, right? So I'm storing the payload, and then I'm saying, like, alert flow start. So as I don't have any system to call and make it error out, so myself, I am raising a custom error here. Hope everyone knows this. Okay, so this is like, I'm doing a, like, manual error. In real time scenarios, it can be anything, either data view issue, or like, transformation issue, or it can be any issue, right? So whenever we are not able to deliver the message, you want to send an alert. This is the business scenario. Okay, so client said that, like, so whenever you trying to send a data system B, you are not able to deliver, then do a ITSM alert. Okay, so in this scenario, what I'm doing, so I'm just getting a data and just coming here and just raise a alert. Okay, so I gave a reference to a global error handler. Okay, go to reference. So what I am doing here is, so I'm saying, like, error flow start. Okay, so we have a global error handler, the type I mentioned as a custom error, which is defined here. If you look at here, this is the type I defined here. Okay, custom error. Okay, same I'm catching here. Okay, as like earlier, so I'm preparing a error message. Okay, like description and the short description and the urgency. Okay, the caller is not working. I think I'm not sure what is the exact field name, but these things are working, but this field name, so I couldn't explore much on the trial account. Okay, this is something on the service now side, not on our side. Okay, so we have, like, incident creation, attachments, flows are in common flows. Okay, so through flow reference, I'm, okay, global error handler, right? Okay, I'm calling here, like, create incident flow. Okay, capturing the response and doing ITSM attachment flow. Okay, and capturing the error response. Okay, so let's send a request to this. Okay, where is the post now? So I'm saying, like, correlation ID meetup, like, I'm sending kind of like, real time scenario. Okay, let's say integration one. Okay, so like, system A, so consider you are getting a input from system A. Let's consider this postman client as a system A. Okay, so system A is sending a, okay, alert creation. Like, I'm saying alert. Let's say that, like, order creation. Okay, so order creation with the details, like, meetup name as a Goa, meetup topic is Mule ITSM integration one, and then it's saying, like, urgency is the one, is request is sending to system A. Okay, let's fire it. Okay, so we got a flow here. Okay, listener catched, I mean listener got the request. Okay, the flow here, so it got an error now here. So like we are doing a rise error, right? So in the debugger we could see that we have like named it this as a custom error raised. Okay, if I say next one, so it will go to global error handler. Okay, it is going one by one here. Okay, now it will go to create incident flow, right? It will do incident creation. Okay, and then the call back to here, and then we are capturing the response from there like sysID and incident number, that is ticket number. Like I said, like we are doing a file attachment here, right? So as a I think query parameters, right? I'm not sure, like from where. Okay, this sysID we should use the right one, like whatever the ticket ID, the ticket created for that, there will be a unique sysID. That sysID you have to use so that the attachment will go to the same ticket. Otherwise, like if you use a wrong sysID or different one, then attachment will go to the different one if that is sysID exists. Okay, so where we are. Control, yeah, so we are capturing the response here, the sysID, right? If you have to, like get the right one and then use in the attachment request flow. Okay, we are doing attachment flow now. We'll get a response, capture that, and the next. Okay, if you go to the postman, you could see sysID is there here, and ITSM number is 40 ending 40, and then download link. Okay, so we got a 500 internal server error. So this now only system A knows, like as we said, like let's consider this postman as a system A. System A only knows that, okay, iPass couldn't deliver this message to the, like system B, but like system A cannot send a notification to the other system party saying, like so the message is not reached to the system B. Okay, let's go here, search for 40. Right? Yeah, it opened. So I think urgency, what we set is one, is it? Yeah, one. And the chart, this now. Okay, now if you look at the payload here, this is the original payload, or like something like we have sent, like order creation payload, we said, right? Okay, so this short description not from here, this is the real time scenario, right? So in the real time scenario you will get some request. Okay, and this one we built manually, like if we go to the error handler flow before calling to the create incident flow, we are building from the here, right? Description as, like error dot error type as a string, short description as error dot description. This is the manually created error in the where we do rise error. So in the rise error I mentioned custom error rise. This is going as a description, like in the error, and while sending to ITSM I'm said as a short description. Okay, so this is the one. If you download the payload, like you see here, okay, to the original payload, right? So let's say in real time scenarios you're trying to send to system B, you sent a wrong payload here. Okay, okay, something like, let's say this urgency, something like they cannot accept 0 as a urgency, and that doesn't have any valid combination. Okay, so let me check here. Okay, yeah, 1 is a high, 2 is a medium, 3 is a low. Let's say if you send something like uh, any other value, so okay, this is not to the ITSM, but in system B I'm saying. Okay, if you send any wrong data you will get a 400 bad request, right? So like source system uh, it will be like automated flows, right? So very rarely manually someone trigger the API at system A. It is automated way of like an order creation. If someone front end UI someone create it, it will go to their system and it will come, right? So they don't have any visibility CC the payload. If you send this payload as to the source system or any other support system also, they can verify it, right? Even iPass team also want to know, like we cannot print this complete payload in iPass log, right? We don't know what we received also. So we can go to ITSM and we can download the file and we can see that. um this is the one incident creation attachment I've told, and then parent incident. um this parent incident option is not working in the trial account, so I'm not sure, we have to some change to some settings, but it is working in enterprise account. Okay, so why we need this? What is this, parent child relationship, right? If I go here, okay, parent incident is sending. This is used, so let's say you got an error, right? Okay, so consider it is so for a single flow, where you might require, you will be sending multiple alerts for the same issue. Okay, as per the business requirement. Okay, let's say whenever issue occurred, I want to send a notification that we got a connectivity issue. Okay, you will be retrying 3 times 4 times, right? If it is successful, you can send a successful notification also saying iPass is able to deliver the message to system B. Okay, if not, once your retries are exhausted, you can send one more alert that still we couldn't deliver able to message. Okay, so what I'm saying, for a single issue, for the same set of transaction, right? For one order creation, you will end up sending a two request, right? If you don't use the parent child relationship, you will be sending a two tickets, and then support team who doesn't know what it is hypos is doing. Let's say even if any person is sitting in system, sorry, support person, let's say they're not aware of the what code is doing it, so they will consider the two issues, right? In order to make a relationship, right now, service now exposing one field called parents incident. Okay, for the first time if you calling, it will be go as a blank. Okay, okay, if you if you go as a blank, it will be incident is created. In the subsequent request, let's say you are sending a second request, and if you send a incident number to this parent incident field, right, then it will create a child ticket in the here actually. Okay, here, so this trial account, it seems, don't have an option. If it is an enterprise account, there will be an option here where you could see all relationship details here, child relationship and another details will be here. Okay, this is the third one I was planned to tell, right? Yeah. And we could see here different competitors or alternative service now, BMC, Microsoft here. So today we talk about service now, and that too incident management one. Okay, any questions?
We have sort of questions, Gopal.
Yeah,
So,
how to know actual field names for mapping in the data view for the field labels incident, right? How to know the actual field name mapping? So service now team can help us. Vijay, I think Vijay, you're talking about these fields, right? What is what, right? Or you're talking about
Yes, yes.
this one,
No, no,
right?
I'm talking about. No, 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 I'm
This
not
one.
talking about the drop down. I'm talking
Okay,
about
this
the.
one, yeah, yeah. So this we have to talk with as part of requirement. We have to talk with them. So what it meaning? So exactly what is state it is also. We can send this also. This we need to talk with service now. Then understand. Actually, in a enterprise account, if there is an option to click somewhere here, if I click that, then it will show the actual label name, actual field names in the background. These are UI labeled ones, right? If you see
Yeah.
here, urgency is an uppercase, but what I am sending in lowercase in the request. If you see here, yeah, this one. So this we need to talk with ServiceNow team to understand the mapping.
Okay,
Do we
thank you.
have any API specification portal to see how many objects are available in ServiceNow and what sort of authentication mechanism available? How many objects are like what kind of different operations or APIs exposed from them? You mean that? I guess you are unmuted, but I didn't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay, so this is what the question is. Like, it's related to what Vijay is asked. So
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, like, consider like, I mean, as I don't know, I mean, before the one, like, someone has asked about the pick list
Uh-huh.
something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the question is related to the same stuff because, like, because you've been framing the JSON file, right? Whatever you're preparing it in your
Yeah,
Postman.
XML request you're preparing to the ITSM. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. This JSON file, that's something you're framing it. So my
Mm-hmm.
question is like, how do you know like this is what the field name is? So the thing is like, you have used username and password to access the ServiceNow API, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is like, do you have any other portal where you can see? I mean, consider like if we have a API reference, we will be creating API specification document
Yeah.
where you
So
can see the
yeah,
samples. So
correct. Yeah. So that is like, if you we can go through that. I didn't explore that. Even in my enterprise account, so I used like basic authentication. I didn't explore that. In the connectivity part, yes, we could see here in the connector. I think it supports the basic and auth 2 also. So it is that like how it is integrated with the ServiceNow team. So either you can use a connector. Sorry, to send this like details. If not, you can use like HTTP request only. We can get the API from them. We can use that also.
that is what the question is like, do we have any portal where you can see the
No,
sample messages is
yeah,
how it is?
I didn't explore that, but yes, it is there. But I couldn't recollect it exactly. But yes, we have to go through the portal, ServiceNow portal. I didn't explore that. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
There
So you
is.
will be exploring, I mean, you will be sending the same transaction again and again with the same correlation ID by changing only
Yeah,
the
this
priority.
is for demo actually. Yeah, this is for demo. So if actually, right, so this is for demo purpose. I want to tell that like file name we want to
Breaking up.
He may lost the internet, so back.
Yeah, I think he got dropped off.
Yeah, Gopal is back now.
Sorry, I didn't notice that like exited. I don't know. Sorry for that.
No problem.
When you send the same code multiple times, service no account. Yeah, so it is up to like service now, and then ipass. So like so I don't think they will do any validation, because like we don't send any like kind of unique values to them, right? Like something like in actual okay, if I go here, where is a prepare request. So here we're sending like description, short description, and then parent incident urgency.
Gopal, screen not shared.
Oh, sorry. uh, I was
Yes,
telling about
visible.
Prem Kumar duplicate incident. So we didn't try that. What I was telling that this like field names, like yes, file name will have, you're sending unique one, but the description, short description, so these are like like every time it will be kind of a different text, but it can be the same text also, because if you get a like something like service unavailable, it will be all, whenever it is a connectivity issue, we will say service unavailable, right? But I don't think like they will validate that. Okay, for this issue they already created. So for that reason only we have this parent child relationship. If you are sending second, third, fourth incident, creation of second, third, fourth for the same issue, we have to leverage this child parent child relationship. Can we set up this alert level in runtime manager? Yes, I mean, yeah, this we can use it, but this is something like external integration we're doing, like ITSM one. Yes, caller ID is a mandatory field, but like so in this trial account, I couldn't use of that. Any other questions? Well, then I'm audible, right?
Sorry, yes.
Okay.
Gopal, I have one basic question that
Yeah, Vijay.
when you're trying to create an attachment for a already created incident, I hope that you are sending the incident number
No,
right to the rest of the account.
we are not sending incident number for that. We are using a sys id, actually system id. So if we look at here in the attachment http request, we are sending couple of query parameters. This is the one, table sys id. So we have to send a sys id to make a relationship. Yeah,
So that I hope that that will be unique for each and every
unique.
incident.
Yes, correct, exactly, this is a unique one.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Actually, like this connector should send both at any single place. Somehow it is not doing so. There are three like placeholders to send it, something like body, headers, attachment. This option attachment is not doing it actually. So that's the
And
reason.
even
So
with the enterprise account.
yeah, yes, with the enterprise, this is not about with enterprise account, this is with
Yeah,
our
it is issued within the connector
connector,
itself.
yeah, connector something. So with the recent transition, so like where we couldn't access this inside, I mean our mule support ticketing process, so we have sent email to them, so still they're working on it for a time being. So we use this the like attachment API through HTTP request.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? I want to instant creation. Okay. If no questions, we can wrap up.
So, any other questions, please in me chat box.
Yeah, hi Gopal, Tawfiq here.
Yeah, hi Tavik.
Like, is there any kind of limitations that ServiceNow is will accept these many incidents only within particular hour or per day? This kind of any limitations is there?
I didn't explore that topic, that option, but I don't think it will be there. But if it is there, then we have to, like, talk with service now, how their platform set up for. Yes, I mean, it's a valid question, right? So if something went wrong with ipass, and where kind of, if kind of for loop mechanism, something will run wrong, if you're sending, like, multiple requests, they may reject, right? Like, like
Yep.
we define SLA limit, right? So per minutes we will say like 50 calls, something like that. So
Mhm.
that I think we have to check with the service now only. So for one option, yes, for attachment, so service now raise the concern, this the and vendor team, were in my implementation, the size of the payload. So for that reason only, we thought, like, let's, if someone have access to the ITSM, so they can able to download the attachment. That's where, like, we are, as a response, we are capturing the download link also. So the download link, if we say, let's say, if I go here, like, eight, whoever have a download link, right, they can go to here and just paste here, and it will ask for the password. uh, this is a trial account, so no issues. I see it downloaded the file. So, like, yes, they asked us, like, what is the file sizes and all. Yes, file sizes, yes. With file size they will take it, but the problem is, if it is, like, more size in the file, so if while sending an email alert with the attachment, it may cause the issue, because the office 365 will block it if it is more than 25 or whatever. I didn't remember that size. Generally after 25 MB, right, there will be limitations to use in the attachment. So that option we explored, and we didn't go with, like, sending attachment. That's the reason, so we're sending a download link option. Either they can download it while the link, or else they can log into the ITSM, and the ticket number, with the ticket number they can get it from here only directly. This number of requests, not sure, we have to check with the service now.
Okay. And what's the expiry tenure of this trial account? How many days it will work when we use?
That also I'm not sure. I did try. I mean,
10 days.
sorry.
That is for 10 days, I guess. Free.
Yeah, I think yes, I remember now. While creating, I think it shows that, like, it will be available for 10 days. So for that matter only, I think after that, maybe once you relog in, I think you can go to a profile, and then you can use this release instance, and then get a fresh instance.
This trial account will allow us to do this minimal operations, right? Like get, update, delete,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
these.
correct. Yeah, correct. Yes, it will allow.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you. That answers my question.
Okay, no, I think we don't have any questions. So if they have any questions, either reach out to me or Vandana. We will try to help you. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So if you don't have any questions, so we'll wrap up this session. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Gopal, for the wonderful session. Like, to explain me, like, from basic to advanced, what the concept related to ServiceNow integration. Thank you so much.
Thank no problem. It's most welcome. And then, so that's where everyone is sharing the knowledge. So part of community sharing. And thanks for the opportunity to share through this Go Meetup.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you all. Thank you all for the joining. Thank you so much. And I will be uploading this session after 24 hours in my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I shared my LinkedIn. If anyone have any questions down the line, if you get, maybe you got doubt after some time, so you can reach out me over LinkedIn. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank